show you this. So this is the EMG up here, and this is the exercise, and this is the beautiful game that our cinematic arts folks designed to foster real control of the movement. This movement has to be done in a very controlled fashion. If you play that again, Phil. The object of the game is to fill this bucket of water, with water and dump the water up here. You can see it synchronized with the movement. If the movement is not done in a controlled way, then you lose basically all the water out of the bucket. So the game itself is fostering this incredible control that needs to be done while the subject is doing this exercise. Now, so Phil and his group built a rig that the cable is attached to. We can change the force level of the cable, but we know from this study that we are activating the correct muscles at the correct time when the subject plays the game. So this is Belinda Lang and her group at ICT that have developed a lot of these games. This is just one of the games that we were using for the balance study. It's called the Jewel Mine, and it's Kinect based. So the Kinect camera is being used to track the movements of the arm. You calibrate the position of the jewels in space, and then you can do various things with them. You can take the jewels and put them into a bucket. You can reach for the jewels like we did in our study. And so they're developing these mainly for the clinic and for the clinicians to be able to grade these exercises and use them in the course of rehabilitation. We were asking some fundamental questions, and that is, so are these games, we know they're more engaging, and we wanted to understand why are they more engaging, and do we get greater benefits from them, other than the fact that people are more engaged, so they might adhere to playing these games more. So that was one of the rationale for this study. We actually had, and let me, I'm sorry, Phil. I've got one more video here. And this is showing you the multiple channels that we collected and the Kinect data. You know, the Kinect is not, 3D Vicon or Qualisys level quality. It has a very low frequency, but it does give you an idea of what people are doing. And we also have the tone data for the dual task. So we asked the question, we wanted to measure the attentional demand in non-disabled elders while engaging in this VR-based exercise. So people came in and they played, we counterbalanced the order, either this jewel game where the target was, as you saw, the virtual target, or they reached for a tennis ball, a real target, positioned in exactly the same places as the virtual targets. In the virtual target conditions, there were 56 targets. There were basically 8 around a ring. That was repeated about 7 times. And in the course, and they had 2 standing conditions. They either did this standing in one place or stepping, which is what you saw. They did the same exact thing to the real target. And we had a secondary task, which was a probe. So on about 15 out of the 56 trials, randomly they would hear a beep in their headphones, and they were told simply to respond to the beep as soon as they heard it, and we would measure their reaction time. And basically what we found, so this is a dual task paradigm, and as long as there's no trade-off between the reaction time task and the primary task, which we confirmed there was not, a larger secondary task reaction time indicates a higher attentional demand for the primary task. And so what we found is that there was no effect of either the standing or the stepping, but the virtual target demanded much higher attention from the subjects. And what we did was, this is a typical questionnaires that are usually asked after VR games. We looked at the game experience questionnaire, and the question was, the Jewel game or the tennis ball game was more engaging than typical exercises I have done before. So this was a post-task questionnaire, and you can see that you have this sort of inverse with more people saying they were engaged in the virtual game and more people saying they were not engaged in the real target game. So this is clear evidence that there's something engaging about the virtual condition. We also did open-ended reports, post-task interviews, and the themes that emerged from the two conditions. The virtual, they required more concentration, and they claimed it was more challenging. Whereas in the real condition, they said it was simple, and it was simply a task. So it gives you some insight into the perceptual experiences of these two different conditions. So we concluded from that, we identified, this was the first study to use a dual task pro paradigm to measure and compare the attentional demands between VR-based and real-world exercise conditions. And our results are the first to provide evidence of a relationship between this higher engagement and, I'm saying, challenge in the exercise and also greater attention. The VR-based exercises not only induce greater engagement, as others have shown, but they may also require more attention to the task, perhaps because of greater challenge. I think this is a key to these kinds of technologies and how we're using them. Understanding the relationship between cognitive engagement, task enjoyment, and adherence, I think, will be very important for developing successful community-based exercise programs for seniors and really moving that field forward. I have one last clip. Have any of you seen the movie Robot and Frank? Anybody in here? I highly recommend it. So this is a clip from that movie. To me, this is the future of robotics in healthcare. And Phil, whoops.
Can I help you find anything?
Where is the librarian?
Hey, Frank.
Hey there.
What'll it be? The usual?
I'd be more interested in getting a phone number.
Call from Madison Well.
Maddie, my girl.
Hi! Has Hunter been coming around?
Dad, you're right in the middle of the road.
Look at this place. This is gross.
You have a problem.
I brought you something. Hi, Frank.
You have got to be kidding me. That thing is going to murder me in my sleep.
Somebody's gonna murder you in your sleep. Frank, you need a project. Today we're going to start a garden.
I'm not gardening.
My program's goal is to improve your health.
I would rather die eating cheeseburgers than live off steamed cauliflower.
This is Jake Finn. He's been filling me in on the plans for the new library. It's his project.
You must remember the days when this library was the only way to learn about the world.
Sounds like the same people who stop coming here want to take away what's yours.
They're going to have this fundraiser party thing on Friday, and all the young hoity-toity couples are going to come.
Sounds awful.
Yeah. Do you want to come with me?
Yes.
Cool.
There they are.
Frank, you're so square you're practically avant-garde.
What the hell did you just say to me? Look at all the jewels. These people are loaded. You know what stealing is?
I don't have any thoughts on that.
I know exactly who the first mark is going to be. Okay, let's see what you can do.
According to your file, you were first arrested for possessing stolen goods.
I specialized in jewelry. That was your best time yet.
I'm getting the hang of it.
We're going to clean up.
I'm glad to see you so enthusiastic.
I haven't felt this good in years. Hello?
Frank, it's me. What's going on in there?
Frank Weld is a suspect in a multi-million-dollar robbery up the road.
What? I'm kind of in a bit of trouble.
Of course you are.
We gotta get rid of all the evidence.
Frank, my memory can be used against you.
Don't you touch that robot, Frank!
Get in.
Frank! Frank!
You're starting to grow.
Thank you, Frank. It's time for your enema.
I've led a very colorful life. I need him.
What do you need him for?
He's my friend.
So I highly recommend this film. It's really, really good. I won't tell you the punchline. But I think Maya's going to talk some about this in the socially assisted robotics in the afternoon. But thank you very much for your attention.